I'm going to teach you how to play Naruto Storm 2. We're going to show 3 different fights, and I'm going to break it down as time goes on. First thing you want to do is you want to unlock all the characters. Watch my video on how to unlock characters quickly on the Don't Lose to Fear YouTube channel. You don't have a lot of time to select. There's no presets. Pick one support. Pick my characters. Try to play with somebody else, someone who knows the game or doesn't know the game. It doesn't matter. They can pick the characters here that Tagordi is playing. And you always want to pick a small map. You either really want to pick attack type or balance type. You don't want to ever pick a defense type. It's kind of a waste. You can, but it's less straightforward. So you start off the match on a small map like this one that we have here, right? Don't ever pick big maps. And you kind of want to hold defense, right? Like, you can't see it, but as I'm kind of hopping towards the person or approaching the person, I am defending. Sometimes you will get knocked back by either a jitsu or whatnot, but you kind of move your way forward. You do an air combo and you release the defense or the defense button, right? And then you do an air combo like this, as you can see, and this is when you stop defending and you attack in the air. You can either do a jitsu, an air combo, or a tilt. Some characters, right? And this is a ninja dash here. I decided to do a ninja dash because I didn't want to waste chakra. I didn't do a great jitsu here, but I supported my jitsu with a support. So even though I did a jitsu, I kind of baited the person out, the other player out with a jitsu, because the people are trained. Once you do a jitsu or an ultimate jitsu, at the end of it, right? There we go, air palm. At the end of it, you get punished. This game, a lot of this game is about punishing and defending and making the right choice. So we actually did a tilt there, a successful tilt in an air palm, which is really good. Now there's boundaries. As you can see there, my Chio support didn't actually go and attack the person properly. This Naruto is kind of deceptive. When you use him as a support, the base form Naruto, he comes afterwards and he actually lands most of the time, but he is easy to sub out of. Whereas Chio can stun you and hits multiple times. So, like this, as you can see. But once you tilt, see how once you attack the person, he was stuck in the jitsu, right? Chio's puppet jitsu. Once you attack them again, throw a shuriken or attack, all of a sudden they have an additional chance to get out. If they're mashing sub, which is what you always do in this game, you basically mash substitution because it's organic, right? Now here, jitsu beats tilt. So you kind of don't want to attack multiple times. If someone's stuck in something, if you attack again, they have a really high chance of now subbing out of that initial attack. So here, the storm gauge is heated up, as you can see on the left-hand side, for both of us, right? So now I have these Chio Chakra Shurikens. It's a really good idea to get a character like her on balance type because she has a special Chakra Shuriken. See, watch. So it basically acts as a delayed support. It is the best Chakra Shuriken that she's ever had in any game. And, I mean, is it busted? I wouldn't go that far, but man, is it super good, right? So see how I now use those, I use those as a support, and they're delayed, and now they attack and they heat seek. But if you're behind them, there's a hitbox that you can't see, so it doesn't really work. But here we get him again. If you dash and then support, you have a higher chance of hitting your support, but you also can get your dash punished. So you have to be very careful. So here I'm actually kind of going overboard with these Chakra Shurikens, but I'm pressuring. So as you notice, I pressured there by doing 3 of them. And what does it do? It actually pressured him to walk forward because there's nowhere. It makes the person feel uncomfortable. Most people will just keep spamming that, but I don't spam it. I use it to pressure so then I can set up my next move, right? You can kind of do that with any character at any time. So here we go. We did the thing where we dash support, but here they got out of it. And if he was attacking, we would have stunned him, but he chose to block. A lot of people just basically hold block, right? Here we go. So there, see how the Chakra Shurikens work, the Chio Chakra Shurikens. It actually worked out perfectly there. So we use the tilt again. We're not getting great value, but look at this. Did you see that? So we actually, those bombs still work as a substitution trap. And of course, you can be punished by a jitsu, an ultimate jitsu, or a team ultimate jitsu at any time. So you have to be watching your opponent's chakra gauge. There's a little tick there at the 75% mark on the blue gauge on the bottom. If they have enough for that, you're always going to probably be punished by Ultimate Jitsu or Team Ultimate Jitsu. So you kind of don't want to combo until they are below the 75, below that tick. Because that means they can only hit you with a Jitsu, and then the punish is not that bad. But this was a very big punish. I'm still in the lead, but I had a massive lead, and that kind of gave it away. You can awaken. Awakening is not always better, but it's different. Now, no one can actually hit me with an Ultimate Jitsu. They can't grab me. But also, if they grab our Ultimate Jitsu, then it can waste my awakening timer. But as you can see here, we're going to use Neji's rotation to absorb the support and not get hit. But then he kind of did what I did to him, which was the opposite, though. He used his support and then attacked with his main. But see here how your grab doesn't actually attack your main. So it's a very, this is amazing. I dashed into triple air palm. So what happens when you awaken? You have a higher chance of comboing, a higher chance of the other person not being able to get out or sub your attacks, substitute your attacks. So I don't have Chio's support. I don't even have support during awakening. See how everything is different? So I have to use my chakra shurikens as a way to pressure, whether I want to or not. Most people do not do a lot of this stuff when they play online. Like even if you play on ranked, some people do, but most don't. So I want to avoid that grab because it will trigger a strike back, like a knockback almost, right? Like, or an inactive state. So now we're back here. Your supports can be stunned like in new games, so you have to be careful. And then look at that. That was actually one of the coolest things I've ever seen. He somehow locked in a tilt, and then I could not do anything about it. That was phenomenal. Now we're down to 1 here, and then 1 HP each. But he did a ninja movement error, and then my supports got him. It was a really good, really close game. 2 more fights here. Let me explain what we're doing. So here you can defend on the ground, or you can bunny hop around while defending. You can't see it, but I am actually defending. If he hit me, it will go into a defensive like animation, but you can't see it. See? There it is. And there, you still can catch people on landing frames. So this game is really quite phenomenal. There's armor. The tilt I don't think the tilt really attacked him. And here, the thing is, anytime you attack, you are vulnerable to different things. I would say it's not really a good idea to use your ninja like tools until you have your attack up, especially since he has attack type on the support. But as you can see here, did you see I tempo changed air comboed? Because I was trying to actually finish the air combo, but it's unfortunate because anytime you have chakra, you can basically substitute, and there's a pretty good chance. Some characters, look at that. I'm just going to punish him with the ultimate jitsu. Just like that. The way that he punished me with the team ultimate, I had the chakra and I did it. I mean, so I personally don't like to play like that all the time, but once you get to a certain level, you can kind of do everything and still not get hit by an ultimate or team ultimate, even though your chakra is higher. Although you have to understand that as long as it is possible and your chakra is higher above that tick, right, it can happen to you at any time, regardless how much skill or how much knowledge you have of the game or how much experience. So there, as you can see as well, the guard is the strongest probably it has ever been, right? Look at that. So he knew I was going to grab, and Jitsu trumps grab. So I tried to lock in my grab there, and then he actually did kind of like a reversal, using his Jitsu when I grab. So it's decision making. Like I said, you either grab, tilt, Jitsu, ultimate Jitsu, team ultimate Jitsu, or air, combo, or use support, or some combination, or use chakra shuriken, or ninja tools. And those are kind of all your options. So at first glance, when you watch this game, it looks very basic. It looks like it doesn't have the mechanics of newer games, but it's very organic, it's very strategic, it's very balanced. It's the least laggy Storm game. So in many ways, it is the best Storm game. A lot of people will not agree to that or like that, but if you're sitting from my perspective, someone who has mastered all the games, someone who has analyzed all the Storm games deeply, spent a lot of time mastering every game, I can tell you that overall, yes, this game is kind of basic, but really it is not. There's a lot of depth to it. It's really, really good and feels really, really good at the highest level, regardless of the character you're playing. Of course, there's some characters that have higher or lower tiers, right? But there's some very interesting characters like Neji, where the tilt is a projectile, right? And then you can get things like this Chio projectile balance type. And then obviously you kind of want 3 characters, and then you would add like like an attack type, like maybe Hidan, Pain, Kiba, Rock Lee, Sakura, Tsunade on attack type, and you'd keep the balance type with Neji. And look at this. There's a stun if Chio like goes through her entire animation just before she hits the last hit. She literally stuns. So there's so many benefits, and so many little different things you can do here. And then also there's people like Turtle Sensei who actually combo in this game and show that there's tons of different combos. I'm not sure if he still has that on his channel, but I actually tried to play with combos as well. If you look at some of my other videos here with Lars Alexanderson, or as we like to call him on the channel, Lars Uzumaki, because yes, Lars is from Tekken. A lot of people don't play Tekken, but now more people play Tekken than ever because I think of Tekken 8, right? It's a big, successful game. I actually comboed like crazy. So Lars is one of these characters that even if the other person has chakra and can't get out of it, his combos are sticky. You can actually combo with him, and if you tempo change, right, and the person's not subbing at the right time, it actually gives you a benefit, and you can actually combo. So it's kind of crazy. I think Guy is also one of those characters. There's quite a few different characters like that. Takasasuke perhaps as well. So here you can see we're getting more into the combo. See how his chakra bar now is a lot lower than mine? And I'm getting chakra back. I'm using the support time where the support is attacking him and he is focused on trying to get out of that support. Look at that. So a failed trigram palm, 2 failed trigram palms. So that we can see that like my decision to do the tilt, right, was not great there twice in a row. So he actually did 3 good things in a row, and I basically failed 3 times in a row. And that resulted in me losing my advantage, losing my turns, right? And him gaining turns 3 times out of 3 times, and I lost it 3 times out of 3 times, but not because the game is broken, not because we're using broken characters, not because we're using option selects, not because we're using tech, that just does the game for us. It's like, yes, this is all tech, but it is the decision making that lost me those 3 turns. So I have to really think about what I'm doing here, right? So there we just guard the Naruto support. And now I have to kind of make a comeback here, right? Because he has health advantage. And there we trapped him. We waited, we had the delay, and we did a perfect thing there to get our substitution back. And now we're inching forward while defending. That's what you do, right? Because you can combo in this game, but you have to pick and choose. Unfortunately, see how we supported the tilt this time and we spaced ourselves out. So we're learning. I was too close with that tilt. I had to be about 5 to 6 bodies away, right? And then now we tacit towering strategic assault. We lured him in, and then we punished, I think the Jitsu there punished Lee with a grab. And we actually did all that work, right, to bait him in and to do the right things. And then actually, like, perfect, right? See the tilt? Or sorry, the chakra shuriken, and then a tag will stun. The tags are really important because they stun you with a very high chance, like maybe 90 or 88% chance or 92% chance. It's hard to sub the tilt, the tag. They don't last for as long, but you can do things like an ultimate jitsu, a jitsu, or a grab, or a tilt, or I think it was the jitsu. But the thing with Neji's jitsu, right, is you can sub out of it like that, but not always. It is pretty easy to sub out of, and that's the thing. Every jitsu, every tilt, everything has a different substitution chance rate. For instance, Sasori's tilt has like a very, very, very low chance of getting out. So they might be able to tilt loop you 3 or 4 or 5 times, and you can't get out. And by then, you're losing like almost a health bar, right? So here I could have just like done a jitsu, but here I just go tag to team ult because it has the highest success rate of him not being able to sub, even though he has chakra, and the highest punish rate in terms of damage. I could have just did Neji's rotation and he would have went into it and then he would have, got a slight punish and we could continue. But I wanted to do a heavy punish and just end the game because that is really how people play online, and you have to train yourself to do that. You don't always do that option because you want to actually have a meaningful fight. But as you can see here, I hope you learned something on how to play the game. If you have any questions, put the questions in the comment section. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, an amazing day. If not, I hope it gets better for you soon.